guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here, possibly, if you can hear us, for the first episode of the Men of Letters. With me is a wonderful cast and crew. We have Chelsea, aka Little Red Dot, we have Marcy Valen, and we have Burst of Hope, aka Jess, and we have a very statuesque nomadic who will be here next week. He's currently recovering from surgery, and so he will be here next week, and you'll get to introduce his character and see all that kind of fun stuff. Unlike previous season, guys, there is no donations, so deal with it. You just sit back, relax, watch the show, have a good time. If you guys want to support the channel, go check us out on Patreon, join our Discord, all that fun stuff. Apparently my cameras are wrong. That's fine. I'll figure it out. In the meantime, you guys are entering into Arkham, Massachusetts, where I have words pre-written because I know what I'm doing in a live stream. So each one of you received a letter. To whom it may concern, your presence is requested. The Foxglove, at the corner of Main and Garrison, Arkham, Massachusetts. A room has been booked under the name Block. We have been watching you. We know that you have seen beyond the veil, and we know that you are unable to turn away, no matter how hard you struggle to avert your gaze. It is in this moment that you should rest assured that your grip on reality is firm, and despite all thoughts and evidence to the contrary, you are not slowly slipping further and further into a maddening abyss. This correspondence serves as your light in the darkness, a path to understanding, if that is truly what you seek. Luce absente, obscurus obtinent, and a large symbol marking an unknown organization to most of you. Who is the first to arrive to the Foxglove in Arkham, Massachusetts on the River Miskatonic?
I would probably say that's Joey.
Okay. Fantastic. Joey...
But I'm going to scout it because I'm only 13 and I can't really get in the door.
I wasn't out ready for this accent, and I am so happy it's happening. And so as you scout the Foxglove, what does Joey look like?
Well, I'm a 13-year-old girl dressed like a boy who sells newspaper on the street because that's what I do to survive. Yeah, and then at night I sneak into the library and I read science books. Okay. Great. So, yeah, I mean, I'm your average 13-year-old girl. I've got short hair and a hat that tells people what I do, and suspenders and a shirt with a collar, which is more than I had a few years ago. So it's going well for me here in Arkham. Perfect.
That works great. So you stand outside of a large, what you assume to be an inn, right? It's pretty, like, there's no labels on it. There's a fading sign that says Foxglove, but nothing denotes it as a business or an inn at all. You just kind of have to know. Judging by the letter, that's safe to be your assumption. This is a gabled house, so it is large, like 4-story house, sloped roofs on both sides with gables as well. And you are scouting this house, this just giant.
I'm just hanging out outside, like a kid on the street. I just want to see who shows up.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, Joey'd be looking for sketchy people with letters.
Because of the men of... Perfect. Who does Joey see next?
So, Tora is notoriously terrible at street directions. Does better with coordinates in the air. So, you find Tora at Main and Harrison, which is like 2 blocks away from the real location. And knowing that I got lost, I just found a bar, casually sipped some whiskey, and, kind of looking at a map, wondering which direction I have to go. And I'm like, ugh.
Just sort of hoping for the best.
Oh, yes. I look over, imagine I see a very smart-looking fella
Is that smart fella one, Marcy? Marcy, would you like to introduce your character?
Yeah, sure. My character would have just pulled into park, not because he's heading or lost, not because he's like heading directly to the Foxglove. He's heading to a bar as well first, and he steps in and removes his black leather driving gloves, puts them down. Yes, I have an expensive item. Can I have a car?
Sure. Why wouldn't you have a yes?
A car.
What does your car look and sound like? Because I assume it can't be an old jalopy.
Well, it looks like everyone else's car, which is a Model T Ford, and it drives. Yeah, it's black.
Okay.
You can only really get one color.
They had blue. They had.
Oh, that's
if
true.
you had money, they had powder blue.
That's true. I think mine is black.
Okay.
Mostly because if he's driving away from somewhere for reasons, he's not going to want to just like attract attention. People remember a blue car.
Right.
So yeah, he sits down. He is wearing a jacket, a vest, a nice shirt, no tie, something like that. He has long dark hair, and he is a little worn looking. Like if you stare at him too long, you start seeing like a couple of scars in his skin. They're light, but they're there.
Okay. Now, Jack, you've been here for a week, and you're a person of some monetary note. So despite the prohibition ongoing, you know where to go to find a good sip of booze. And Tora, you just lucked into it. As a newbie, as bad at directions as you are, you just happen to find one of the few bars that is brazen enough to still serve alcohol. In despite of the prohibition and the active probies. So the two of you sit, not together, but side by side, at the bar top. Jack, I assume this is an old watering hole for you, so a whiskey neat slides across the bar towards you. And the young gentleman, probably in his late 20s, suspenders, telltale towel over the shoulder, wringing a glass constantly like all good 1920s bartenders. He kind of gives you a nod, and then he looks quizzically towards Tora, who is sitting here, confused at her directions and holding a map in a tavern. He says, what can I get for you, doll?
What's left here? Do you have a wide variety?
I mean, we have whiskey and whiskey. We have, whiskey.
Well, it's a good thing I like whiskey.
Perfect.
Yeah, whiskey.
Perfect. Neat on the rocks, 2 fingers. What are you looking for?
Oh, let's draw on the rocks tonight.
Perfect. And he takes the one bottle from behind all of the other, accoutrement of the bar, corks it, and pours you a glass, drops 2 pieces of ice in there, and sort of slides it across.
Well, thank you.
You look lost, miss.
Ooh, yeah, well, I just got into town, and apparently this is the wrong corner, but there's a place, maybe called the Foxtrot. Have you ever heard of it?
The Foxtrot? That's on the opposite side of town, and that's not a place for a dame like you.
Oh, well, rest assured, I might look like this, but I think I can handle myself.
No, I'm saying you're not going to be allowed. That's a. And he kind of nods over towards Jack. It's a gentleman's only establishment.
Oh.
I mean, if you were interested in going, I could have you in as a +1. If you were interested in that kind of thing.
If it's required, I will be the +1. I'm so confused, but yeah, I would take your arm on that one.
All right.
Are you looking for the Foxglove?
That one. Yep.
Okay. The Foxtrot's a very different kind of establishment.
One of these days, names. No, give me some numbers and we can start talking. But like,
Great.
just, gosh,
We could have had some fun.
another time maybe.
Perhaps.
God damn it, Marcy. So the Foxglove that you're looking for, it's hold on, let me give you the best directions here. You come out, you take a right out of the door, you're gonna go 2 streets down. It's on Main and Garrison.
Right, not Harrison. That's
Not
the one.
not Harrison. That's you're on Main and Harrison right now. You gotta just keep going down Main, 2 blocks, can't miss it. 4-story building, like faded yellow, sign says Foxglove. Yeah, you'll be fine.
I could handle that.
Okay.
I appreciate that. To the right, got it.
I would. It's getting dark, so I would go a little bit sooner than later, if I were you, or perhaps your gentleman friend can escort you on his way to the Foxtrot.
I could head any number of places tonight.
I don't mean to presume, Jack, but you know.
I don't think you need to presume anything. I could give you a ride if you want.
It's 2 blocks. You have a car?
Yes, I do.
Again, 2 blocks seems a bit excessive.
Oh. Might be. Are you suggesting we walk?
Yes, by the time you fire up your newfangled car and find a spot to, like, put it, we would have been there, I think. Unless I get lost again. You know what? I will follow you however you want.
All right.
Marcy, we're 10 minutes in. Could you... For Christ's sake. For Christ's sake. Stop seducing my players, Marcy. This is a family show.
Mike, hey, Marcy, you want to play in a game with all of your internet crushes?
Yeah, sure. Golly. Okay, so Jack, you are able to easily start your well-maintained Model T Ford in standard stock black and putter it 2 blocks down, which is about a 2-minute ride. In fact, the exact same time limit it took you to start the vehicle is how long it took to get there. And you pull up, outside of which you see a young paperboy, which is a little late for him to be sort of out here, especially in, like, this part of town. He's near the docks, which is not usually where you would see the paperboys, but he is sort of posted up there. You see the Foxglove. You've probably driven by it a few times at least. You see the yellow building. You see the faded gold lettering denoting the Foxglove, and you see that the dark maroon curtains have been pulled shut from the inside, and you see a light glow coming from inside. What do you guys do?
Do you need some help walking to the door, or are you going to get lost there too?
Listen, I appreciate your help. I can handle a door. And I'll open it for Jack.
As you do, you hear the voice, "That's a nice car. Where'd you get such a nice car, mister?" It's shiny.
Sweet boy. Cars tend to be shiny nowadays. They're fairly new.
Look, I can see my face in it.
Where are your parents?
Parents. Who needs your folks?
I don't think Jack knows how to talk to kids.
But you know, I bet you two's like the hooch, huh? I got some in my bag, but I need somebody to get me in this door. You know, the little giggle juice, low.
Yes. Okay. All right. Are you supposed to be here? What's your name?
Well, I'm Joey. And, I'm supposed to be here. I got an invitation.
Oh.
Yeah. But, I'm afraid they won't believe me. But if I walked in with used twos, they'd believe me.
Are you attending some kind of event tonight?
It's a meeting. Yeah. You know, a smart people meeting.
Smart people meeting. I'm sure the concierge can help you. Just have to walk in.
You won't think that it gets weird. I'm just a kid.
It's already weird.
Oh, this is a good point. All right, I walk in.
This whole time, Tora's just like staring softly at Joey and leaving the door open. I'm just like, somebody needs to walk in.
It's just you holding the door, waiting for this awkward exchange to end so you can stop being polite.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So, as the three of you walk over the threshold of the Foxglove, you see what does not display on the outside, on the inside here. It is a lush establishment. It is a little bit humid in here, possibly due to all of the foliage in here. There are massive plants, as if it's 2019 and a hipster designed it. There are giant monsteras. There's just plants that don't belong in this place, right? Imported plants. There is a smoky haze around the ceiling from all of the cigarette smoke, past, present, and expired. And everything, the curtains, the floor, the round tops, everything is this dark maroon of mahogany and reds. Even the wall sconce lamps have red drapes over them, casting this whole area in this weird, hazy, reddish kind of light that sort of plays tricks on your eyes, making shadows where there aren't any. And you enter into the din of conversation. A few glasses clink as eyes turn towards the 13-year-old boy that walks in, but quickly, no one cares as they return back to their drinks, making sure that it wasn't a probie or an officer of the law popping in here. You do see a woman leaning on the bar, watching you intently as you walk in. This woman is tall, leggy, wearing a black dress with not driving gloves, but like silk gloves that end at the elbow. Her hair is very well maintained, and she's smoking a cigarette off of one of those long Cruella de Vil things, which I don't know what they're called. And she seems to be watching all three of you with a hawk-like gaze. What do you guys do?
What a swanky place.
Indeed. It is quite swanky.
They don't care. Usually they toss me out.
They probably have bigger things to care about. And this whole time, I'm not staring at Joey. I'm staring right at the woman.
Okay.
You know her?
Perhaps.
Hey, miss, we're looking for men. A bunch of men.
Joey.
What?
I'm gonna need you to tone down the enthusiasm. Maybe just be a...
She takes a long drag on the cigarette, and exhaling the smoke while words flow, she says, "Well, sweetheart, you're in the right place. They're all around you. Are you looking for anyone in particular, or just as many as you can find?"
Well, I got an invitation.
You got an invitation to the men.
With the letters?
You got a letter from men.
No, well, I did, but I got a letter from the men with the letters.
Excuse me, is your child, is he okay?
Is he bothering you?
No, he's not bothering me. I just don't know what he's shouting about.
This! And I, open the letter up. See? I'm supposed to be here. They're my chaperones.
She takes the letter from you and reads it and kind of looks up over the top of it and back down. And then she folds it up in three, hands it back to you and says, "Are you with this child?" To Jack and Tora.
As of 15 minutes ago.
I'm going to pull out my letter as well.
You got a letter too?
Of course, you knew that.
Oh, yeah, I did.
She takes your letter, unfolds it, sees that it's nearly identical, and folds it back up and hands it to you.
I'm man with letter. This is a man with letter. She doesn't have a letter.
You don't...
Miss, do you have a letter as well?
Dora's gonna pat a pocket on her vest and then pull up her sleeve and show the symbol that would be on the letter.
Ooh.
On her forearm.
Fantastic. That'll be fun. Okay, she looks at you and says, oh, interesting. No letter needed, I presume. Well, there is in fact a room, a block of rooms, reserved, as your letter states, under block. Until then, you may have your leave of the Foxglove. Whoever you're meeting, I'm sure will be here, but it isn't me. And she motions you towards a booth in the back wall. She says, this is a fully stocked wet bar, as long as you are...
Well, I could dry it off for you for a couple coins.
As long as you're quiet,
Oh.
young man. We'll get you an apple juice.
Well, I was hoping for something stronger. I am a man of letters.
Grape it is, then. And you see her turn to the barkeep, and she just sort of waves her finger, and he begins pouring glasses. And you hear the gunk of a cork coming out of a fresh bottle of grape juice being poured for young Joey. The bartender sort of slides them across the bar towards you and says, these are on the house, but the next ones are also on the house, I guess.
Hmm.
There you
Good.
go. Oh.
Wow. Nobody ever gives me nothing. I just walk up in here with two swanky folk and...
I have a feeling you'll get used to it, Joey. Please get used to it.
People giving me things?
Hmm.
So, you're all fancy. Are you from around here?
What's the matter?
Just wondering. Making small talk over rakes. She sips her grape juice.
No, I traveled in.
And, the man with the car?
The man with the car is like slowly sort of edging toward the bar to order a drink.
Oh, there's one on the counter for you.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
There is
Gonna
2
take
glasses of whiskey, because that's all they serve, because it's 1927, and a neat grape juice.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna take one of the whiskeys. I traveled in from out of town.
With your car?
Mm-hmm.
Do you drive it yourself everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh. You'd think if you could afford a car like that, you could afford somebody to drive it for you.
I could.
I'd drive it for you. Oh, pick me.
I'm not picking. I enjoy driving my own car.
Oh. Well, if you ever change your mind, I'm a good driver.
I might wait till your feet can reach the pedals.
You ain't never heard of a brick or two? I'm just saying. I might, like to drive your car.
Mm. Okay.
Or something. It's a nice car.
It is. It
And
is
so,
very...
I'm not trying to pry or nothing, but what does somebody as fancy as you with such a car doing in Arkham?
In Arkham, I received the same letter that you did.
The woman who is still standing next to you leans over and says, I'm sorry if I didn't make my point clear. The booth.
Right. Right, of course.
You're scaring customers away with your
Get
child.
these two chatterboxes.
I'm not a child.
Ah, yes. A young delinquent. Come.
Emma.
Let's go. Come this way.
Delinquent.
A growing boy.
Yes.
Fine. Take my head over to a booth. My feet don't touch the ground as I slide in.
How
Of
old
course they
do you look?
I'm a 13-year-old girl. I was a tiny 13-year-old. I'm very petite. Like,
Okay.
I think like,
Like 90
Yeah.
pounds, 5'1".
yeah, totally.
All right.
Ooh, I remember those days.
Oh man.
Yep.
Same. So the three of you slide into the booth. It is unremarkable in all facets. It is a round top, plush seating, little bit like velvety kind of material in there. And anyone who is keen of eye can give me an intellect check. Difficulty is going to be 3. We'll have our first roll of the night.
Ooh, I will give that an attempt.
Me too.
Trained in
Effort,
perception.
You are trained in perception. You can knock it down by 1.
Okay.
Oh, so am I. I should have knocked mine down by 1 as well.
You succeeded anyway, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Perfect. So you all succeed. So you slide into the aforementioned booth, and you see around the top of the table, like on the lip of the table, there is that symbol carved every 7 inches. Why you know that it's 7, I don't know. But some of you are astute with math and calculations, so it's about 7 inches apart. But it just is a concentric ring of these circles, of these symbols, which are unicursal hexagrams, for those wondering what that looks like. And they just sort of edge around this thing. Perhaps this is a booth denotating these men of letters. Perhaps this is a meeting point, you're not sure, but you were beckoned forward to stay here. Possibly the person that's going to meet you will meet you here. Until then, the 4 of you, or the 3 of you rather, are at this booth.
Are the other booths got the same carving?
You didn't notice on your way in. Although the woman at the front of the establishment did mark this booth specifically
Oh.
out of the rest of them.
Oh.
One can presume the symbol means something.
I hope so. It's not like any language I ever read.
Tora, are you trained in the occult?
I am.
Make me an occult roll. Difficulty is also going to be 4.
Okay. I assume that's intellect.
Yeah.
Okay. These new character sheets are throwing me off, bruh.
They're so pretty, though.
They are.
It took me a second to figure it out, but
yeah, where do I just click on it?
mm-hmm.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Fantastic. You succeed. You know that this symbol, possibly why you have it tattooed on your body, this symbol is a symbol of protection, not just a symbol of these men of letters. So the fact that it is written here several times likely denotates some sort of protective mark. From what specifically, you're not sure, but your studies have told you that this can protect from many different things, but they were fairly vague. The occult studies always are. But that's what you know about this symbol and why it could be etched on this table specifically.
It both puts me at ease and on high alert for whatever we are about to meet.
I can imagine. As you guys sit at this table, having your conversations, watching the clientele come and go, always watchful for the supposed man or men of letters, people come and go in the Foxglove. The woman you now know as Belladonna, the owner of the establishment, eyes you carefully, greets all of the incoming patrons and outgoing patrons, and no one besides her looks the way of your table. Whether this means you've been stood up, or perhaps this is some part of the test, you're not entirely sure. But as the day wraps to a close, Belladonna walks over to your table and says, I'm sorry, dears, but I don't think anyone's coming for you.
Well, that's not a surprise.
What?
It's not... Everybody leaves old Joey.
Oh, you... Okay.
Jack, who has listened along with Tora to Joey just rattle on and on and on for 5 hours, is struggling not to say something like, oh, really? You didn't say.
That's actually the hardest part of this campaign, is you just listen to him for 5 hours. It's all downhill from here, you're fine.
It's kind of false advertising. If you send a thing and you say, I come here and I meet you here, and then you don't.
Joey, patience is a virtue.
All right.
That
I
doesn't...
appreciate you telling us, but go ahead.
That doesn't change the fact that a set of rooms was booked. No one is staying in them, and you have letters denotating that they're for you.
With a bed?
That's what rooms have, yes.
Do you not have your own provisions, Joey? You don't live with your parents?
I told you I ain't got no parents.
Oh, you've said a lot of things in the past 5 hours.
It's true.
I don't want to ask this question, but how did the two of you, and she kind of eyes Jack and Tora, get this child? This is strange company.
When one has letters that all say the same thing, that all draws us to the same place, is it that strange? Haven't you seen stranger?
I have. And I'm pretty weird.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
I've seen a thing or two in my day. It's not first time a group of you have come here. It is the first time a child has.
Wait, what with the child? I got a name. I'm a Joey. I'm a person. What does age have to do with nothing? I know a lot of things. Oh, Joey, smart.
I can imagine.
I can't tell if is she being serious?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Work on that.
If you'd like to stay here longer, you may. But I, for one, am turning in for the night. These lights will stay on, and she motions to the ones behind the bar. Don't steal anything.
Okay.
So the room keys.
They're on the bar top. Stay as long as you'd like. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, thank you.
She sort of puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "No, thank you." And she walks towards the stairs to one of the rooms upstairs.
Suspicions.
You see that there are 3 keys laid on the bar top. Each of them are like old, wrought iron keys. Each has a tag on it, denotating the room number. And as she walks by, she twists a knob that lowers the flames in all of the lights inside. And you see that it is just the bar back, and you guys are in a much darker version of the red room than you were previously, but you seem to be all alone. What are you guys doing?
Joey, you must be tired.
I'm not tired.
Probably a long, exciting day for you.
It's fine. Just, I'll be up in my corner tomorrow. It's fine.
Oh, you work.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And Jack will sort of look very warily out the window and say, I'm going to turn in for tonight.
You all right?
until go and retrieve one of the keys. Is there any like difference between them, or do they all sort of look like,
Good question.
Each of the keys looks nearly identical, except for the handle on the end of them. You see that one is in the shape of a spade, one is a diamond, one is a heart, and you assume there is a matching club, but that is missing.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'll take that diamond.
Okay. You see that it is room 212.
212. All right. And
Luckily, denotes the second floor, room number 12.
And I'll give you both a wave, and then I'm just going to shuffle off in a way that is, from what you've seen of me, uncharacteristically sort of hastened.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Think he's got a poop or something?
I mean,
Gotta take a monster shit.
What's real fast? Did I say something? Do I smell? Sometimes I smell.
Snobby man. You never know. Maybe he's got a hot date. Maybe he does have to take a shit. Who knows?
Oh. It's true. It's not really any of my business.
Just a lot of whiskey, and
okay. Well,
kind of risky.
Well, I hadn't slept in a bed in like
Yeah.
like
What
a
time
few
is your run?
months.
When
So-
you be at your corner?
which side of the river am I on, or whatever it is?
You
To downtown in comparison to like downtown, because I would go to one of the busier streets.
You are on the south side of the river. You are near the docks, as
okay.
it were, currently. So downtown, you're in the merchant district, essentially, near Old Port.
Yep.
Downtown is across one of the bridges.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I usually walk up Peabody and I stop by and I pick up my pack of papers and then I walk across the bridge into, downtown.
Okay. Well, you deserve to go get some rest. You need bed.
A bed. I am really excited. I might jump on it.
Quietly. This is still an establishment.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, all right. I don't know. Which one you want? And I hold up both keys. The hot? What is it? The clubs is left?
I'll take the heart.
Of course you do. And I slide it across. Clubs it is.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Joey just says things. Here I go. Up the stairs to my room of clubs. And he will turn in for the night and and fall like face down into the bed like kids do. Just like instant asleep.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Jack.
This is the most beautiful Danny DeVito trash.
I feel like I'm watching Chelsea have her new favorite character, who just gets to say whatever she wants. Jack, I feel as though you would be acutely aware of astronomy for a specific reason. As such, I will give you an asset for this role. But if you'd like to check the astronomical charts, as it were, you may roll that. It'll be a difficulty 4. You have 1 asset.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. I like these new sheets.
Right.
I'm gonna spend a level of effort.
Go for it.
Yep. I forgot to add the asset, but it's a success.
That's okay. You are a success. You know that today, January 6th, 1927, is a safe night for you. You are a few days past the new moon. So whatever that means for you means you're safe for at least a few weeks. That being said, when you all walk to the second floor and find your appropriate rooms, stepping across the threshold of these rooms, it's almost like you're entering a different establishment. It is eerily quiet in here, though you suppose there are at least a few people left in the establishment. You did see a few people walk upstairs. At a minimum, you saw Miss Belladonna walk upstairs. It's quiet. There's no snores. There's no noises of a house settling. There's nothing that you'd expect. In fact, sitting in your rooms on the river side of the Miskatonic, you don't even hear the waves lapping against the shoreline. It is eerily quiet in here. Perhaps too quiet, as they would say. That being said, we are now entering horror mode of Cypher system. What that means is, for now, anytime you roll a 1 or a 2, I get to intrude. And every intrusion increases that to a 1 to a 3, 1 to a 4, and so on, and so on, and so forth. Which is going to be great.
Hold on to your butts, everyone.
Hold right on to them. So as the three of you enter your rooms for the night, key in hand, what are you guys doing to prepare for bed? Besides jumping on it. Very important step.
I take off my shoes. It's polite.
You had at least one hole in the sock on the big toe.
I wore that in. It's well deserved.
It gives it character.
It gives it character. And it's the only socks I got. So, anyways, I go to bed because I'm a kid and I'm tired and I got a lot of grape juice in my belly. I broke it. I didn't mean to.
This is a horror game.
That's the best part.
We're doing a heckin' scare, y'all.
Son of a bitch.
I check under the bed for scary things because I'm also a kid, and I open the closet door because I don't want nothing behind it.
Mm-hmm. God damn it.
That's scary. Checking under the bed. There you go. And then I lay down. Sleep like a baby.
Perfect. Tora and Jack, what do the two of you do?
Jack is going to wait until it's a little bit more quiet. He's going to discard his jacket. Then he's going to go back out to his car because there's a specific reason that he wanted his car here, even though it was like just 2 blocks. He goes and he fetches his cane from his car and brings it back with him to his room to keep it stored under his bed.
Okay. As you leave your room, again, you have that same strange sensation as if you're entering a different place. As soon as you walk over the threshold of the room back into the hallway and the Foxglove proper, you begin to hear the noises you would expect, as if someone has taken earmuffs off of you. You hear the creak under your boot of the settling wood. You can hear the low flicker of a few of the gaslit sconces in the establishment here. You hear a light snore from 2 rooms down. It does strike you as strange that your room is so well preserved of sound, but you can easily make your way down to your vehicle and retrieve your cane and walk back into the Foxglove. Unless you want to do something different.
No, it's all right. I'll walk back in.
Okay. Do you head back to your room?
Tonight. I do.
Okay. Same thing happens. As soon as you cross that threshold, it's as if you have earmuffs on. It's very, very quiet. You could hear a pin drop. The only sounds you hear are you making them in your own room.
It's weird.
Even your acute hearing is not picking up any noises from outside of the room. That being said, and that noise aside, Tora, what are you doing?
Tora would have been the last to leave the bar section.
Okay.
And kind of contemplates the key. Do they all lead to the second floor? Like
They
Jack?
all lead to the second floor. They all say 2. It is 211, 212, and 213. You are all sleeping in a line.
Yeah. As I walk to the room, I get the same feeling as everyone else.
As soon as you cross the threshold, again, it's as if you just covered your ears and you hear nothing. It's kind of like when you dunk your head under water, right? Where you hear just nothing unless someone makes a noise in the water, right?
Yeah. I will go into my room. Can you lock it from the inside?
You can, absolutely.
I will lock it. And I will take off my shoes.
Jump
I'm
on the
gonna
bed.
sit on the bed, right in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna meditate a little bit.
Interesting. Now, describe to me your meditation. Is there a purpose to it other than to calm and center yourself? Are you trying to see something, feel something, etc.? And how does your meditation go?
Before I whip out my pouch of salt, I'm just going to meditate normally.
Okay.
Just to center myself. It's been a very weird day, and meeting Joey has been quite off-putting. One would think trying, but I'm more concerned that Joey also has the same letter, because I assumed there would be danger involved, and to see someone so young is more off-putting than I find. Kind of don't like the pure silence, but I will eventually take out a pouch of salt from my vest and kind of gently sprinkle it around the bed.
Okay.
And then I will truly just place all my fingertips together and start meditating. And I will expend a level of effort. So normally when I track the occult through this meditation circle, I can track occult effects up to level 2. So I'm going to bump it up to a 3.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
So how does this work? How are you tracking? Like, what's going through your head as you're sitting in your salt square or rectangle and meditating? What are you focusing on? Anything specific, or are you just trying to get a general sense of the strange around you?
I take a minute to kind of reverberate and come in tune with this silence, and I focus and concentrate on what could possibly cause such an immediate barrier to the outside sounds. And then I take a piece of paper and a match and I burn it in my hands and let it fizzle. And hopefully I get something out of this.
Fantastic. Is there a role associated with this sweet ability?
It's I can track anything up to level 3.
Perfect.
So it's higher than that, no.
So you begin to meditate in your salt rectangle. You burn this paper and release the ashes, and you see the ashes sort of dance in the non-existent breeze, and they float towards the door. And as they hit the door, you see where they land. They form almost an ash version of the Men of Letters symbol, or the symbol you saw on the table there, the unicursal hexagram, denotating some manner of protection. From what, again, you're not entirely sure, but you know that this room, at least, seems to be protected from something. Perhaps these rooms are used in the same way that Booth was used, perhaps not, but maybe all of them are. You're not really sure. But that could be what's causing this. You don't know of any protection spells or any occultisms that would cause what you're feeling. But seeing that symbol sort of gives you the, oh, maybe this is like a safe space kind of situation.
Sure. I guess I will dust everything off and prepare for bed.
Okay. I assume you leave the salt square.
It's a circle, but yes.
Is it a circle?
Yeah.
All right. Fine, it's a circle. So you leave the salt circle around the bed. Mm-hmm. Okay, fantastic. Jack, what are you doing now that you've returned with your cane?
I'm curious. The sound thing is really throwing me off because
Mm-hmm.
my ears are very sensitive. I'm gonna pop my head out of the door.
Okay. The moment you creak the door and pop your head out, you can hear again.
Interesting. And if I reach out my arm and I come back in, if I reach out my arm around the the side of the door frame and knock, do I hear it?
Or is your head inside the door or outside the door?
Yeah, it's inside the door. I'll come back and knock.
You don't hear anything.
That doesn't sound good. Just going to leave my door open tonight.
Okay. Interesting.
So,
Interesting call. So do you prepare for bed? You leave the door open. Is it like fully open, cracked open? What's your...
It's going to be fully open.
Okay.
And I'm just going to sit on the bed and stare at the doorway for a while.
Fantastic. I need you to roll me an intelligence check, an intellect check. It is going to be difficulty 4.
Okay. What?
That is a success. Fantastic. As you sit on the bed, you are... I wouldn't say you're used to the strange. You're used to one very specific kind of strange. But you've seen some things and you've done some things, and you know a few things, to be fair. You are sure that you saw... didn't hear it, but you saw somebody walk down the hallway. You're not entirely sure if it was Joey, but it looked like a paperboy. About the same height, maybe a slightly different gait, but it looked like a paperboy sort of wandered down the stairs, or wandered down the hallway towards the stairs, rather.
Okay, that's great. Why is the kid awake? Why is he just going around places?
I mean, he is a child. He could just be stealing things or getting more of that grape juice.
That's true. All right, I'll watch for a while longer and see if he comes back.
Okay. As you begin to watch the hall, again, eyes piercing through the darkness, you see 2 more people walk through, hand in hand, young children. Just sort of walk, same direction, towards the stairs. No noise, just hand in hand. It looks like from this distance and this angle, it looks like a young boy and what you would assume to be a sister, probably age 7 and 8.
There aren't any kids here. All right, I'll leave the room.
As you step into the hallway, are you looking in the direction the people went?
Yeah, I remember Belladonna said that there weren't kids here. Like, specifically, there are no kids, so I'm going to see...
Okay.
Where
so
these kids are coming from.
As you step into the hallway and begin to walk in the direction of the stairs where these 2 people went, or these 3 people went, you feel this cold just emanate through you. And as you sort of stand there and shiver for a second, the back of a woman is now in front of you, walking towards the stairs. You didn't see this woman come. You didn't hear her come despite being in the hallway. And it seems as though she passed right through you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go back into my room and shut the door.
Forever. And never come out. Okay. You take a step back, turn into your room, close the door, and again, all sound leaves as you cross the threshold. You don't see anything further from the door. There's no shadows under the door frames. Are you maintaining some level of caution, or are you heading to bed?
Well, after that, I probably would have slept if it was just like, I don't know, creepy kids walking around at night. But then the lady walked through me. That's more intimate than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and probably prop myself up against the wall in bed and stare at the door.
Okay.
Is there a window?
There is. Each one of these rooms has a window. All of these rooms face the Miskatonic River.
And if I look out the window?
It seems like the regular city you're seeing. You see the water lapping on the shoreline, you see the factories on the distance, you see downtown across the river, the bridge, which is like, 30 feet from the building, you see a bridge that goes across down one of the side streets.
If I open up the window, can I hear ambient outside noise?
If your head is out of the window, you can.
So weird. Okay, great. I'm just going to open that. And then I'm going to close it when I realize there's no sound.
Yeah, you open it and it's still nothing. But if you kind of give like the door, you kind of stick your head out, you can hear the water lapping, right, all that kind of thing, and you put your head back in, and it's nothing. It's as if the window were closed, or you weren't near the ocean or near the river, rather.
Perfect. I'm just going to post up in bed for a while then.
Fantastic. I need Tora and Joey to roll me an intelligence check. Difficulty, sorry, for Joey it's going to be difficulty 6. For Tora it's going to be difficulty 5.
Okay. Wow. Well, is this... Can I use perception on this?
You cannot. This is not a perceiving.
All right.
In fact, if you're trained in intelligence defense, you can roll that instead.
I don't think I am. Surprisingly enough. I don't know where to find that on here.
I mean, I got the inability in intellect defense.
Perfect.
So whatever magicness this is going on.
Great. The occultist is bad at protecting themselves from spells. Good.
I'm going to use an effort.
Okay.
On this one.
Success. Perfect. Joey, you sleep like a 13-year-old boy. It's a great night for you. Tora, on the other hand, this is all you. You get to take full narrative control here. What do you normally dream of? And how is that dream perverted by some kind of darkness all of a sudden?
Oh, geez. Normally, Tora doesn't sleep. Tora has control to lucidly not dream. I meant not dream, not sleep. I need sleep. So the fact that any distorted dream is happening right now is going to cause some great concern, some red flags. And, you know, I imagine if this is a nightmare, we're finding Tora stuck in a jungle, running around, chasing a little girl. There's flashes of things chasing them, but I can't tell what.
Interesting. Okay. So this jarring nightmare in your normally lucid and controlled dreams is just enough to jar you from your sleep. And you wake up and bolt up in bed. And before you, at the edge, the forward edge of your salt circle, you see the same, or what you presume to be, the same visage of the girl from your dreams. And you see it flicker like an old TV, and you see it point to the door, and then flicker and disappear. And as your gaze draws in the direction of where the child is pointing, you see that your door is wide open.
Oh, fuck. I'll look around. The window's closed.
Window's closed. Door is open, and the key is where you left it.
Okay. God damn it. Okay. I will hurriedly get up and check to see my pseudo compatriots where they are. If they're okay.
Yeah, so I assume you grab that key. And you head out into the hallway, and as you do, a rush of noise hits you. You hear all of the creaks, the flickers, all the sounds that a house would make. And if you'd like to, please roll me perception or intelligence. Difficulty is going to be 4.
Okay. Wait.
That is failure. Perfect. So you see that the next 2 doors next to you are closed. You presume your companions are still in the rooms, but you have no way to find out unless you knock or try to enter.
I will knock on 212.
Okay. There is no answer.
Yeah. I would assume that whole noise thing. Okay, fuck. All right. Is there a crack under the door that paper can be slipped under?
There is, and as a freebie, you would also assume that Joey is likely to be an irresponsible person. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack, you took 212. There is, you would still assume that Joey is an irresponsible person who didn't lock his door. However, there is a slip that you could slide the morning paper underneath. It's probably about a half an inch, and you could probably get under there.
Okay. Knowing no one responds to the knock, I will actually mess with the door handle of 212
Okay. So you jiggle the door handle, and on the opposite side, Jack, you see nothing as you stare longingly at the door, waiting for something or hoping that nothing happens.
Okay. I'll try the same with 211 if nothing seems to, like, budge at 212.
211 opens right up.
Oh,
And you see
okay.
Joey passed out, I assume splayed across the bed. Half of his clothes on.
Suspenders down. Face all scrunched up.
Like one shoe off.
One shoe dangling off the tip of my toe.
If they look clearly undisturbed, unperturbed, I'll just, like, gently tuck the blankets back up to their neck.
Yeah, when you walk in, you can actually hear a light snore coming from Joey. And, he seems completely fine.
Okay. All right. Well, something's happening. Okay. All right. I'll write a quick note to Jack and be like, you hope you haven't seen anything, but there's clearly maybe some, how do you say, ghost-like apparitions happening at this hotel. And I'll slip that note in 212.
Do you leave after you slip it into 212? Or do you stand by and wait?
I will wait, but not very long. Maybe a minute.
Jack, you see, if you're still awake, a slip of paper slide under your door.
Okay, I'm gonna just, like, really deeply sigh when I see that happen.
Is your window still open?
It is.
Okay.
Can't really hear anything from it, but it helps a little bit, I guess. He's gonna go over to the newspaper and look at it.
Okay.
Not touch it, just kind of stare down.
Yeah, it is a handwritten note in a, I assume, feminine handwriting. And it says, Tora, what does it say?
Apparitions, hotel, things are happening.
Hotel bat, ghosts.
Jack will open up the door.
You see Tora standing there. You don't hear her, you just see her on the opposite side of the door. You invented charades.
I will step outside the door frame.
A rush of noise.
In case you didn't notice, the broom cancels out sound. Obviously, I couldn't talk to you. Like, wow, that took you a long time. Okay. Have you gotten any sleep at all yet?
No.
Smart choice, because fuck the dreams here. Have you seen anything?
Yes.
Oh, no. What? Are you okay?
And as he tries to, like, figure out how to put it into words, it just sort of flees his memory.
Was it a girl, but kind of wispy?
I think some maybe ghosts. I don't remember.
Ghosts. See, good. Apparitions, ghosts. We're on the same page. Was it in your room? Where did you see them?
Out here.
In the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think so.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, my freaking door was wide open, and I got one right at the edge of my bed. The one that was in my dream. Pointing at the open door. I locked my door. Some symbol of protection, my shit.
Well, nothing happened when we were at the table.
No.
That's what you're referring to, though, the
Yes, sorry.
symbols?
Yeah, the symbol of, this vague sort of catch-all sort of protection. And there's something going on with the rooms.
As you stand there, you see, coming from behind Jack, Tora, you can see a flicker of movement. And as you kind of sit and ponder whatever you're thinking about, these spells, the doors, the tables, you see a portly, bowler hat-wearing gentleman in suspenders step through Jack, look at you in the eye,
Hell no.
turn to the right, and begin walking down the hallway.
Oh, okay. All right.
Jack, you feel that very similar, very familiar sense of freezing cold.
That can't be pleasant. Nope, that is... All right, this is not exactly what we signed up for, or is it? Are we supposed to be dealing with them? Like, what are we supposed to be doing? What do you think? Oh, jeez. Do I see it, like, wander down the hallway?
Yep, it walks as if it has a purpose down the hallway, and you see it slowly descend down the stairs.
Okay.
Going down there.
And you followed them?
No.
When you saw them the first time? No. Okay, you just went back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Did one walk through you before? Why are they walking through you?
I don't know.
Okay.
If I knew, I could make it stop already.
Yeah, I don't exactly have... well...
Okay. Right. So Jack's gonna go back into his room and fetch the cane from beneath his bed.
Okay.
Okay.
You grab the cane and you emerge back from your room into the hallway.
Yep. Okay.
A cane? You need a cane?
Sometimes. So what should we do here? What do you think we're doing here?
Well,
Guess.
as the letter implied, you clearly know there are ghosts. Perhaps other things, right? So I assume this organization is set up to deal with this shit, and I would like to also deal with this shit. Maybe not so vaguely. I was expecting a meeting before we started dealing directly with it, but it's all around us. Apparently this hotel is full of it, though. Jeez.
Joey, take an XP. Take another one and give it to anyone of your choosing.
Joey.
Okay. Well, since Tora, she tucked me in and all, she can have the other.
Okay. Tora and Jack, you stand in the hallway deliberating what your purpose is here and what these ghosts mean, whether they are friend or foe, and you hear the loudest, most aggressive noise you've heard the entire night as the door to Joey's room slams open and smashes into the wall behind it. Joey, you hear nothing. You're in a soundproof room.
Oh, I thought it was my door.
It is your door, but there's no sound inside the rooms.
Oh, that's right. I'm in the room. Oh, okay. Well, then I roll over and drool a little.
Perfect.
My eyes snap over to the door, and I'm like, that is probably exactly how my fucking door opened, and that's just a sign. And of course, I didn't wake up to the door opening because the sound. Oh. Let's check on the child.
Okay.
Who goes to the door first?
I will.
Perfect. You take a step over to the room. You look in. You see Joey splayed across, not a care in the world. You do, however, see a similar flickering. This one is far larger. It seems to hover off the ground and reaches probably closer to the ceiling. You also see the window is flung open. There is still no sound emerging, but when this, whatever this is, flickers into being, you see the humanoid form of something. It seems to have gangly arms and far longer fingernails than anything should. Hair just sort of flows and ripples down its scraggly, mane. You see this just distended stomach, this rib cages sort of poking out of this thing, these wrinkled, gangly legs as it floats and creepily raises its hands over Joey's, splayed form on the ground, or on the bed, rather. What are you doing? Actually, I'll tell you what you're doing. Roll me intelligence. Roll me an intelligence check. Difficulty 4.
Absolutely. I will expend some effort for this one.
Okay.
So far, the dice haven't been kind to me.
And they still are not. Perfect. Cool. That's dope.
I forget that the door is soundproof, and I'm like, oh, no, don't touch it! And I'm, oh, okay.
Yeah. I like this. This is great. There are some cool rules for this. I'm pretty sure you're taking like intellect damage here. I believe you are taking 4 points of intellect damage.
Ooh, sexy.
Which ignores armor, and you become terrified, freezing in place.
Fuck.
So Jack, you see Tora walk to the door. You see her look at something, eyes go wide, and you see her freeze in what you assume is fear.
Okay, great. Jack's gonna try to be braver right now, and Jack's going to draw the cane, draw the sword from his cane by pressing a button, and the sheath ejects off of it, and then he's just gonna try to rush in past Tora.
Okay.
And into the room.
Absolutely. The blade ejects from the cane. You can easily brush past Tora into the room. As soon as you cross that threshold, there is abject silence, and you see this creature standing over Joey, and it just sort of turns to you. And I will have everyone, including Joey, roll me initiative. It is difficulty 4.
Okay.
Trained in initiative.
Perfect.
Let's see. I am 2. Is that how I
Even in your sleep, that's beautiful. Motherfuckers. Can I get a decent roll above 10?
Did I do that right?
You did.
Okay, well, there you go. I'm not trained in it. I lie.
That's fine. Jack, you get to act first.
Okay, great. I can. Do I need to roll against the sphere as well?
I don't think you've seen some shit today.
I have seen some
and
shit
you
today.
you had a sort of preemptive reaction to seeing her freak out about something. So I feel like you kind of expected it. So you kind of rush in ready to attack something.
Great. I wanna say I get like a number of expensive items because I'm wealthy.
Sure.
Like a couple more, and I'm wondering if it would be appropriate for my cane to be silvered, because I have it. It's for me. It's for me, right?
Absolutely.
It's my cane for me in case of an emergency.
Absolutely. I dig it for sure.
So yeah. All right. I'm going to go and try to strike at this thing before it mauls that child with its creepy long fingernails.
Go for it.
Practice good hygiene already.
So that you don't die as a giggly
That's not what I
ghost.
wanted. Yeah. There we go. Boop. And difficulty
4.
Okay.
This whole encounter is a 4.
That makes sense. Yeah. All right, and I'm going to spend a level of effort onto it. No damage. Ayo.
Perfect. So describe what it looks like as you slice into this ghost.
He moves past Tora. He and the ghost share this really intense staring contest, and then he propels himself forward and jabs it through the rib cage.
Okay.
And then pulls back.
You see the blade enter this ghost, and not that you would expect some sort of, tensile pull to it, but it feels like it hits something, right? And you see it just reel back in pain, and for the first time in one of these rooms, you hear this as it reels back. Even you, Tora, outside of the room can hear that, and Joey, this startles you awake.
Oh.
That being said, the ghost lurches forward towards you, Jack London, and begins to strike at you. Please make me a speed defense roll.
I will do that thing that you are asking me to do with my rolls. Ew.
You succeed. You feel that wispy, cold sensation as if your shoulder were dipped in ice cold water, but its hand passes through you as you quickly maneuver out of the way.
I've had enough ghosts go through me today.
Joey, you awake to the sound of that roar, and as you blink the sleep from your eyes, you see Jack, or a form that you think is Jack, at least a masculine form dressed in fineries, wielding a sword, attacking something that seems to be glowing in your room and floating. I need you to make me an intellect defense level 4.
Okay.
You've just seen a ghost for the first time.
Nope. Oh, yes, I did make it.
You succeed. Maybe it's your childlike wonder, but ghosts ain't no thing. It is, however, your turn if you'd like to fight a ghost.
He goes, is that a ghost? And why do you have a sword? And where are my shoes? And I stand up and I reach for all I have, which is a rolled up newspaper. And I begin to beat it with our attempt to. You leave him alone!
Roll me a newspaper attack, please. Difficulty 4.
Okay, this will be fun.
It's a light weapon, so it's difficulty 3 to hit.
That's true. Which should be in your weapon roll.
Okay. No effort because I don't have any.
Wow.
I beat it with a newspaper.
Okay. So, for you, you can have a minor effect on this, and here's what I would suggest. It turns out that mundane anything doesn't hurt a ghost. So for some reason, yours does. And as your minor effect, you can make that newspaper actually hit this ghost.
Well, this is my special newspaper.
It's still a mundane weapon.
Well...
It is still a newspaper.
Okay. Well, I swing, and I'm guessing it, goes through it since it doesn't, really, hit it? Is that what you're telling me?
So it would. Normally it wouldn't, but because you get to add a minor effect because you rolled a 19, we can say that it solidly hits this thing and you actually do your 2 damage.
I thump it between the eyes, and I'm like, you stop it! Mr. Ghost, I was sleeping. They were sleeping. Get out of here.
Jack, this is the strangest combatant of a ghost you've ever seen in your entire life. Not that you have a lot of experience fighting ghosts, but...
I don't. I ain't never seen a ghost. Do you want all ghosts to have a bad reputation? You're giving ghosts a bad reputation.
I feel like the ghost just and leaves.
It's like, whoa.
You just shame the ghost into leaving. So, Jack, you see Joey spring to life from the bed, wail on this ghost with a newspaper, and just a spew of words just start coming out of his mouth.
What is that newspaper made out of? It shouldn't be hitting the ghost.
Well, it's a special paper. I don't pass these out to everybody.
Tora, you are locked in fear, but you can still see Joey's mouth going a mile a minute, despite not being able to hear it. To get out of the fear, I need another intellect 4 roll.
Yes.
And you definitely want to make this one.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. 1 level of effort, so down to a 3. Please don't die. Rolls a new character. Oh.
But I
You
just
take-
threw yours, though.
It's not a 1 or a 2.
It's okay. You don't take any damage. You move 1 step down the damage track.
Of course I do. That makes sense. Clench my butt cheeks for that one. Thanks.
Despite the fact that you are the resident occultist hunter,
Yeah.
ghosts are not your forte, hence all of the salt.
Yeah.
That
I
being
don't
said,
like it.
Jack, there is someone else in the way of your swordplay. A child holding a newspaper. How do you want to approach this ghost now?
I'm going to pick up the child and take the child out of the room.
Okay.
Wait, no, stop it. Hey, and I'm sure you can't hear anything, so she's like,
No, you're both inside the room. You can hear each other.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, put me down, mister. You stop it. Keep your hands to yourself. I was just trying to protect you.
I'm gonna point at my ears and just go,
Wait, really? You can't hear nothing?
I'm just gonna take
Super
Joey
cool.
out of the room.
This seems weird, Joey, because you can hear his footsteps and you can hear him moving in the room.
What? Did he take your voice? The ghost took your voice?
Oh God.
Let me at him!
And then as I don't know, if I move out of the room, can I use like, I don't know, a free action to just stuff a cigarette into Joey's mouth?
Yeah, sure.
All
I just
right.
picture you like fireman carrying over one arm and he's just beating your backside with
Yeah.
the newspaper.
Yeah, that's more or less what happens, because I see the newspaper and I'm like, no, this isn't gonna work.
Oh my goodness. So you get out of the room. Much to your dismay, Tora is still just standing there, shocked, staring at the scene before her. You're not sure if it's because of Joey's mouth or because of the ghost at this point, but either way, she is still shocked and stunned in the doorway. But you are easily able to scoop Joey up and get him out of this scene. The ghost, however, doesn't seem to like this and is moving towards the three of you.
Good.
However, Jack, you and Joey are safe behind Tora. And Tora, I need you to make me a speed defense roll.
Okay, this is fine. I mean, it's not even worse because I'm impaired or anything. Nope, not trained in speed defense, but not trained. Okay.
Dope.
Fuck!
You take 4 points of intellect damage as you feel the cold, bony fingers rake across your arm and shoulder and like clavicle, as you feel not like knives or daggers or the hot blood kind of seep out of you. You just feel cold, as if ice cubes were just raked across your clavicle. That being said,
This is fine.
Joey and Tora, it is your turns.
Do you want to do something, Joey?
Yeah! You put me down and let me at him! I'm gonna hit it again. Stop it! I say, get out of here!
Go for it.
I just gotta hit it again. Isn't it still a 4?
It's
Oops,
still a
that
4.
was not what I wanted to do.
It's still a 4.
Failed that one.
Perfect. So you like sort of kick your way free of Jack. You sort of get by Tora and swing away with that newspaper. And as you would expect with a ghost, it just sort of whiffs right through it like a swift breeze.
Now you stop that! I'm trying to teach you a lesson!
Okay, great.
Tora?
For my...
Well, it's Tora's first.
Oh, sorry.
Tora, I need you to make me that intellect defense
Can
to
I
see if you
make
can
it?
break the fear.
Please? I don't even have enough at this point to, apply effort. Please don't die. Fuck! Why? What is going on?
Tora, I need you to move one more step down the damage track.
Guys, I'm slowly dying from fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
I have a thrill for pertinent details. I've read lots of books in my time.
Mhm.
Would I know how to get rid of this ghost?
Roll me.
Read some words I could say, or like a prayer or something.
Roll me an intellect. I will say, because you're not trained in occult, your background isn't in the occult, right? Your background is in like weird science, right?
Right.
Okay. So make me an intellect difficulty 6. You can apply your skill at knowing stuffs to make that a difficulty 5.
Okay. No effort, because I don't have any. Nope.
Nope, you haven't heard of anything that can kill ghosts or dissuade ghosts. But then again, that's not your area of expertise.
It's true. I looked at Jack and I go, well, you do something.
I'm going to rush Tora and knock her out of the way.
Okay, yeah, you're behind her, so you can just grab her
Yeah.
and pull her.
Yeah, I'll grab her.
I'll say that's a free action. You can just pull her out of the way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that for a second. And yeah, if that's a free action, I'm going to take this tonic from my pocket and I'm going to just like put it into her mouth.
Okay.
This is no time for hooch.
It's the perfect time for Hooch. This is an effort enhancer, so for the next hour, you can apply 1 level of effort to any task without spending points from a pool.
Perfect.
So yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay, fantastic. Have you transposed yourself in the way back where
Yes.
Tora was, so the ghost is now facing you? Fantastic.
Yes.
You can go ahead and make me that speed defense roll.
I will do that thing you're asking me to do.
Thanks, bro.
And I will apply a level of effort to this. Ew.
Perfect. You, again, this thing swings at both of its ethereal claws at you, and you easily, deftly maneuver out of the way with some sort of animalistic grace. As you do so, you kind of turn to the right, the left, and you see, no, the right, and you see another set of people walking towards you. There is some sort of translucent shimmer to them, but it appears to be a man and woman. Man in business suit, woman in her Sunday best, walking about 2 feet behind the man as they proceed towards you, not sort of looking at you, just sort of headed towards the stairs. That is the end of the ghost's turn, and it is Tora and Joey's turn. Tora, if you'd like, maybe that intellect roll, you can use that free effort, and I will give you an asset because you are no longer in the direct line of sight of this ghost, having been spun away from it.
You feel so bad. Yes, free level of effort. Please make this work. I don't want
So
to
you have 1 free
functional.
effort and 1 free asset.
Okay, so is it intellect defense 2?
It would be intellect 2 at that point.
Mommy, help. Ah.
You succeed as fuck. Great. You are still debilitated, but you succeed, and you are free of the thralls of this fear. You see that the ghost is still there. You see that Joey has been pulled out of the room. You are now cognizant of the situation around you, and you can see that there are 2 people walking towards you. Whether you realize that they are slightly translucent or not is up to you. But the floor is yours.
Yep, gonna take my action for recovery roll to try and remove at least 1 section of the damage track, please.
Fantastic. Yeah, you can totally do that. Joey, what are you doing? You too see these 2 people, a couple, walking towards you.
Hello?
They don't respond to you. In fact, as you look at them, they don't even seem to notice you. They seem to be focused past you towards the stairs.
I look at the stairs?
You see nothing. Just descends into darkness of what you know would be the first floor where you guys sat
We
all
need
night.
some help! Help! I say, as I look into the room at the ongoing...
There is still a ghost fighting Jack London.
I lean in, so my head's in the room so that they can hear me. And I say, maybe we should just leave the room. Close the door. That's what I do when I get scared. It was creepy. Can I grab Tora from where I'm at?
Tora is now next to you. Jack has pulled her out of the way, tossed her next to you.
I'm going to grab her and help her out of the room as well.
Okay. Yep, you are fully out of the room into the hallway. And Tora, you are sort of facing towards the stairs. Joey, is that your action, just pulling her further to safety?
I'm going to... I just want to get her out of the room for now.
Jack, you are enough into the hallway that you can hear the conversation that Joey is having to know that he's suggesting leaving. But it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna make another strike at this thing. I don't want it to follow us.
Close the door.
That's fair.
In a horror game, having this brief moment of heroism is pretty satisfying. So I kind of want to ride it out.
Go for it. Swing
Because
away.
it might be the only time in the campaign that this happens.
Swing away.
Going to swing. Well, this time I'll let it fall where it may. Or maybe I'll roll a 1 or a 2.
Here's hope.
Could happen. Nope, I fail.
You fail. Your blade connects with this thing, but you see as you swing through, it's almost as if like a breeze hits and the body separates and reforms as your blade passes through it, as if it anticipated your attack. It redoubles and lurches forward towards you. Go ahead and make me that speed defense roll.
Okay, I will do that thing. I will spend a level of effort on this one.
You succeed again, deftly maneuvering out of the way of this thing. Perhaps Joey has the right of it, and leaving would be the best option. But that's up to Joey, since it's your turn. What are you doing?
Jack's still fighting.
Jack is still fighting.
And the people have like passed us. This couple.
They're about 2 or 3 feet from you, but they seem to be walking directly towards you, with paying no heed to your existence at all.
Okay. Well, since I jump back in, I go, Jack, are you coming?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm making room for you.
What? But, well, okay. I'm gonna jump in since my newspaper didn't work last time. I'm gonna use my fist and my feet since I need no weapon.
Okay.
And I begin like trying to punch it. Yeah, fists and feet. Oh, you know what's funny? I don't think. How do I do that?
It's a light, so just roll your newspaper again.
Oh, okay. 4.
Yes. You succeed, and everyone watches the most hilarious display of a child shadowboxing a ghost. Unfortunately, your fists and feet are still mundane weapons and do no damage to the ghost because it is a ghost. But it looks real cool in your mind, Joey. You are just straight up just going to town on that ghost.
Yeah, I'm like all like, put him
like an Irish boxer.
Yeah. And I'm like, you leave Jack alone. He's a nice man.
Tora, you are the only one not engaged with a ghost. What are you doing?
Okay, so am I in the hallway or in the room?
You're in the hallway.
Okay. I'm going, well, no. Ooh, bitch. Okay. I'm like, I don't want to die. Okay, I'm going to take out a pouch of not salt. I have another pouch. It's a powder of magnesium.
Okay.
But I can't throw it at the ghost. I'll be like, Joey! Jack! Leave the ghost. Okay, I have an idea.
But it's a...
Yeah, it's a bad ghost. Okay, we're gonna do something else. Can't punch it. Don't do that.
I did punch it! Did you see?
It was... Shouldn't have happened. I don't understand, but...
And I'm like, all right, fine! I'll use my turn to bound off the bed that direction.
Okay.
When I get there.
Yeah, you can easily use your move to get the heck away from the ghost.
Yeah,
which allows you.
Right.
So she only took an action, so she can still move. As your turns are kind of happening at the same time. So Joey jumps out of the way, and that allows you to take your actual action, Tora.
Is Jack still engaged with
Jack is still engaged with it, yes.
Okay.
I haven't quite moved yet, no.
Okay. Close your eyes, Jack! And I'll throw some magnesium into the room, like up towards like the face of this ghost, and I'll light a match and throw it in there, and it'll cause a explosion without damage, but hoping to hinder it and like stun it.
Interesting. Okay,
Big
fantastic.
flashbang.
Yeah. So you is it a pouch of powdered magnesium, or is this just like you just dust the room with magnesium?
Yeah, it's just a pouch, so I can just pinch a little bit at him.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of throw it in there, and then you throw the match into the cloud of magnesium dust. The match hits, and you see a spark and a bright white flash erupts in the room. Joey, you kind of have to avert your gaze. Jack, you get this sort of full in the face as it happens right in front of you. This bright white flash sort of stuns you momentarily. And the rest of you, besides Jack, as the light sort of fades, you see that ghost and the two that were in the hallway right next to Tora are now gone.
All right, Jack.
Was that magnesium?
What kind of? Okay, yes. Wow, very good at being smart. How? Okay.
I want to strangle this child.
I hate you so much. You're tiny, tiny human.
But that did it, right? Like it's gone?
For now. For now.
Maybe we can ask these folk in the hallway what's up.
Nope, they're gone too.
Well, they went downstairs. We could follow them.
You want to follow more ghosts?
I mean, who better to know something about a ghost than a ghost? Not all ghosts are bad, right?
Let's just say they shouldn't be here if they were good.
Why would somebody want us to stay in a haunted place?
All I know is there better be some sort of compensation. Like, I don't have time to do
Like money?
Knowledge, money, something, powers. I need clearly better weapons for this. I'm not equipped yet.
Well, Jack's sword did stuff. It hurt the ghost. Why is that?
I don't know. For who? Why the fuck he has a silver sword? I don't know. And I'm like taking my time.
Silver? Now that's fancy.
It's plated with silver, not the whole thing.
Still expensive as fuck.
It was very expensive, yes. I'm gonna go and fetch my sheath.
It's very nonchalant. Yeah, no, it was. It was very, very costly. Turns out.
You know, I think I'm growing on Jack. I think he likes me.
I can think that.
Jack, you easily retrieve the sheath, the cane of your sword in the hallway. You guys are alone in the hallway, the dark hallway. There seems to be no ghost. The window to Joey's room is still open, as is the door, firmly wide open against the abutting wall. But no more ghosts seem to exist in the hallway.
Is there like a grandfather clock or some sort of timekeep?
There is in the lobby downstairs.
Okay. You, rich boy, do you have a pocket watch on you?
I do, actually. I like it. I'm going to produce my pocket watch. I'm actually big on this one in particular.
Of course, of course. Is the second hand moving? Is it functioning? Do you think the time is accurate on it?
I'll pop it open.
Jack, go ahead and take a inspiration, or not inspiration, but an XP, and give one to whoever you'd like, as the second hand, the minute hand, and the hour hand are all stuck directly on the 12 and
I'll
not
give
moving.
one to Joey.
God.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's weird. My watch just stopped.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of.
Well, wait a second. What do you mean it stopped? Time don't stop.
Well, I didn't forget to wind it. Generally don't think I did. It's weird.
Well, I wonder.
I pop open my newspaper. Like I unroll the newspaper, the one that always has the current news.
Mm-hmm.
Is it different than it was this morning?
It's not. It is January 6th, 1927.
Okay.
You see a note, however, on January 6th, 1927. You read it before, but it was very, nothing. It didn't matter.
Right.
It says that Bostonian corrections officer to make an unprecedented number of electric chair victims in one day. It states his name, states his rank or badge number, and it lists that there are 3 people in Boston, each one accused of attacking a night watchman, to be put to the chair today, and then there are 2 other people also is responsible for a crime of attacking a night watchman from 2 years prior to be put to the chair as well. This one man is pulling the trigger, or flipping the switch, as it were, on the 3 in Boston, then traveling to New York and flipping the switch on those 3.
I don't know nothing about time, but I know a lot about the news. This is fishy. And I point to the article.
Executions?
More about how many? I read about executions in the paper all the time. But, these, and look, and from all over.
Yeah, it's usually like a one-off, but they're all people who attacked night guards?
Yeah, the police that sort of roam the streets at night.
I know not to. You don't get involved with them. You stay clear.
The man's name is Robert Elliott.
The death penalty?
Since I roam back alleys, do I know this name?
Yeah, you know what you do. You know, Robert Elliott is a state electrician. Electrician is the fun, friendly term that they gave to the people who flip those switches. You also see that the other names are Edward Heinlein, John Devereaux, and John McLaughlin from Boston. You hope no relation, of course. The other 2 men from New York are Charles Goldson and Edgar Humes. None of the names really strike a bell with you, except for McLaughlin, but again, you hope there's no relation.
Right.
And it says that their listed crimes were, of course, the murders of a night watchman. One in 1925 and one in 1926.
So they're murdering murderers.
Ooh, you have feelings about the night watchman.
I mean, they're kind of scary, and they're not always the nicest guys.
I'm not really sure what that has to do with this.
I don't know. I just get that feeling, you know?
Got it.
But why whip out your newspaper when we're trying to check time? I don't understand.
Well, I checked it this morning. I wanted to see if it... Oh. Well, you see, my newspaper, it changes every day.
What the... You know...
I thought that's what newspapers did.
No, that's when the press prints new papers. I'm talking this exact paper. Every morning when I open it, it's got the latest notes. Kind of like a, headline kind of thing. So I was just checking to see if it was different.
Prints itself?
It knows the news.
Do you know what time it refreshes every day?
No. I just let it do what it does. Lives its best newspaper life.
Do you ever try to write into it?
Sometimes I make little doodles in the corner, but from what I can tell, it just refreshes. It's
I
kind
mean,
of...
like, cross out words and write other words.
Oh, you mean like doity words? I do that all the time. Sometimes I make the W's look like boobies.
Okay.
Ah.
If the running theory, and I'm just gonna gloss over this whole conversation, the running theory is that we're meant to take care of whatever's happening around here, and you're not equipped. Maybe this place is in some way.
I would imagine. Is this a test? I'm so irritated.
I'm supposed to take... Wait, we're supposed to take
Like
care
how
of the
over it
ghost?
you are.
I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm just a newsboy.
Yeah, that's parent. The table with a bunch of symbols on it.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, let's go. We should go reconvene there. I'm gonna go get my shoes.
Mine in the scary bedroom.
I think all the bedrooms are scary.
Oh, was yours scary too? I was sleeping like a rock at the bottom of the bay.
You know what, Joey? I'm glad you're here.
Really?
Me too.
I'm just saying, not everybody likes Joey all the time.
You
They
don't
say I'm weird. I don't think I'm weird.
You are certainly unique for such a young mini adult. Adult junior? What do I call you if you don't want to be called a child?
Can't I just be a person?
Okay. Young person. Got it.
Just a person. So shoes, and then we're gonna meet at the booth downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing of note happens in the retrieval of shoes.
That's good.
Bless.
I check under the bed again, like, slowly, like check.
It's like when you watch a horror movie and then run to your bed. That's the scenario. How do we choose?
Yeah, like
Joey, there is nothing under your bed but darkness. You guys easily make it. Well, that could be anything. You guys easily make it downstairs. The booth is, unlit. There are the two wall sconces on either side of the bar, sort of reflecting off the mirrored glass behind it. And what are you guys doing down there?
Before I sit at the table, I kind of want to do a once around of the entire room, see if there's any other symbols or anything of note.
Okay. Are you doing this in some sort of extrasensory way, or are you just kind of looking around?
No, just perception.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll me intellect or perception. Difficulty is going to be 4.
Okay. Yoink.
Okay.
Fuck! It's a 2! Are we still in horror mode?
That's a 2. We are still in horror mode.
Okay.
And it goes up every time. Actually, it was supposed to go up a bunch of times in combat, but we'll gloss over that. So, you make it down, I assume first. Is that what's happening here? You make it down first, and you see that in all of the booths and chairs, there are at least a few of the people you saw walking down the stairs. They are vaguely translucent and sitting as if nothing had ever happened, and they are just going about their daily routine. One of them, however, sticks out to you, and you see that there is a young girl standing below an unlit wall sconce next to the key that Belladonna twisted to turn the lights off, and she looks up at the light and looks to her right to a blank wall, and then and fades out of existence.
Oh. Okay. Just walked into a room full of ghosts. This is fine.
But they don't seem to notice this. What if we just go turn the lights on? Ghosts can't exist in the lights. That's science.
If the magnesium powder tells us anything, it's that.
How about, Joy, why don't you go run over there? You see that switch over there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do it. I like cross probably like I'm like on ice. Like trying not to
slowly
like trying to make sure they don't notice me, and I get over there and I'll just kind of turn it up.
Okay. You go to turn it, and it doesn't seem to move to the right. Which, as you know, would be how to turn the flames up.
I whisper across. It's not turning.
It's that whisper that is totally louder than if you just said it. Like,
it's that whisper, right? That's the
What
one.
do I do?
come back. Just come back.
Yeah, leave it alone.
What if I turn it off?
No.
Don't.
Not yet.
Don't
do that.
Don't do that.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I come back across the ice with my tail tucked. Like, we could just turn it off and see what happens. What if...
Oh my god, that was terrifying.
Yeah, that scared me. Kind of like it came from behind me.
Okay, so Jack, you think we're here to do what?
I think that I'm sorry. What is your name again?
Well, I'm Joey. This is Tora, and you're Jack.
Oh, not you.
Oh,
Tora, right? Tora indicated that it might be some kind of test earlier. So, if it is a test, and you all came unprepared, then this place should presumably have everything we need.
Oh, are you prepared?
Well, I have and I pulled up my cane.
Oh,
This thing, and that seems to work.
well, we know we can't talk to him,
How did you know it was silvered, by the way?
Well, I know things about chemistry and science and stuff.
No, Joey knew the magnesium. I knew the silver.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's
okay.
right.
Yeah, I pointed it out, and you're like, silver! I was like...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know nothing. I shut up.
I just couldn't do shit. So all I had was to stare at your sword, you fancy pants rich boy.
Well,
I know things like Joey
I promise
said.
you there's a lot more to stare at.
Oh. Is it
Anyway.
hot in here? Is it just me?
No, like the room.
Oh. Sorry. It's the puberty. Sorry.
Sorry, we have like 10 minutes. I gotta.
Ever-loving child. I'm sorry, it's the puberty.
Okay. So what are we trying to figure out, right? Like, they ghosts. They just are. Do they have unfinished business or something?
That's what ghosts generally are, yes. Did the ghost that was under the light, you just said flickered out? Just poof.
Yeah, she looked at that wall, though.
In the same way, the previous ghost in your room flickered like an old TV show. Static.
Okay.
Can I go over to the wall and investigate it with my glass?
Wait, Joey, just wait, okay? Oh, as far as we know, one of these guys could like Hulk out and be just like the ghost that was in your room. Can you guys like look at the ghosts that are in this room? Like, do any of them look familiar to you at all?
Do they?
Perception level 4.
Holy crappolies. Oh. Okay. Oops. 4. No.
Nope.
I rolled a 2.
They look like everyday folks, right? These seem to be, at least most of them seem to be dressed in at least the last decade era of clothing. They seem to be grouped together, either couples. They seem to be like regular bar goers, right? They seem to be conversing, though you can't hear what they're saying. It does seem strange that there's like a family, of ghosts sitting at a table. There's a few people that look like businessmen. There's a few people that look like casual wear. These just seem to be ghosts in whatever they were.
This
You
place
assume
though
buried
looks it looks normal. Way more normal than we walked in. Look at them. They're just doing the thing.
Okay. Yes, you are correct. Yes, they look like ghosts that are recently dead, not ancient ghost dead.
Oh, I didn't know there was a difference.
There can be. This is not my forte. Why don't we? Okay. Yes, we should check out that wall, but I want to do something really quick. Is there anyone at the booth with the symbols?
There is not.
Okay. Why don't we go reconvene over at that booth that we were supposed to meet up some people with? I wanted to show you a little magic trick, Joey.
Oh, okay. All right. I like magic. Okay. All right, I go over to the booth. Scuttle in.
Yeah, you cross the bar and no one seems to be paying attention to you at all.
Okay. All right, Jack follows us. We're all at the booth of protection. And I'm just like seriously doubting what this symbol actually does here. But I'm like, all right, Joey, I'm gonna show you a magic trick. But you have to be very, very quiet. Like as quiet as you can be. Not a single sound. And you even have to make your brain quiet. I just need you to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Very silently. Okay? Jack, you being a fine man of luxury, I'm sure you know how to meditate. Can you empty that pretty little brain of yours? Just for a minute?
Sure.
Okay, let's all take a breather. Let's all calm our senses down. If you don't recognize any of these ghosts, why don't you just focus on the sense of their presence? Sense just try to just think about nothing else except just these ghosts. Okay? And I'm going to meditate as well.
Okay.
I'm going to put a little salt circle around the table, kind of forming out that outline of what is already drawn there. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to empty my brain and just kind of focus more on the wall that the ghost disappeared at. And I will do my occult sense at level... We'll do level 3 again. I have some intellectus.
I believe that effort thing lasts for an hour. I think you can
it does, yes.
Yeah, you can do it on one action, I think, over and over again for an hour.
You're right.
That's how I read it.
Yes, tracking it, yep. Yes, I'm retracking here without the
So
cost.
You don't have to spend intellect, you can just sort of, boop, level that up once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you sense things. So I will let you describe to me what it looks like as your senses open, your third eye, your occultism sort of opens itself to a sixth sense, as it were. You obviously sense all of the apparitions around you, but you also sense several dozens below you. And something else. You're not entirely sure what it is, but it manifests as a vibrating hum that you can almost feel through your feet up through the floorboards and sort of resonates in your body.
Abhuman transformative creatures.
The stream died.
It'll be right
No,
back.
we're back.
Oh. The were kind?
Interesting. Cool. Okay, so there is another color. There is a secondary color of what you're sensing. It is neither ghost nor werekind. Well, actually, that's not true. There's a secondary and a tertiary. There is another color that is not werekind, and there is a color that is werekind. However, it is very faint, and it is coming from the booth in which you're sitting. The other color that is not were or ghost comes from the basement, or what you would assume is the basement. You seem like a smart lady. You would assume that this place either has some sort of storage or possibly tunnels for bootleggers, since it was a wet bar. Perhaps that's what it is.
Okay. It takes me a long time to process, if at all, honestly, the were kind. Like, I wasn't focused. Like, my vision was directly focused on the wall, and with the sensation and this feeling of what's going on underneath us, we'll have to see. I might not notice that one.
Okay.
But I tell them, not only are there ghosts here in this room, there seems to be a network, a cellar, maybe tunnels below us, and there are so many ghosts. And something else, I don't know what it is, but it is certainly not human.
Oh, can I talk now?
Quietly.
Oh, maybe we should help them.
You think they're distraught? You don't think you think they're benign? You think, I don't know what?
I think that any place that has this many ghosts isn't good. And might be like, I don't know, an unrestful place.
All right. Well, I assume we need to head towards the wall where that ghost disappeared.
I break out my magnifying glass. And I walk over and I want to investigate it.
I really do want to investigate, like, truthfully.
Roll me investigate. Roll me a intellect if you're trained in investigation, which I believe you are. I will also give you an asset for your sweet magnifying glass.
Cool, thanks. Okay, no, that's detecting falsehoods.
I'll let that one go. You can use that one.
Okay. Because I am trained in it. And I'm sorry, what was the difficulty?
It's a difficulty 4.
4. Yeah! Success!
You rolled a 2.
Nice.
Right?
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, so not a success.
hang on. Sorry, my roll 20 went down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, same.
you rolled a 2. You needed a 12.
Thank you.
But you do, look like a sleuth as you pull your magnifying glass up and examine the wall. Unfortunately, you don't seem to see anything.
Is that an intrusion?
Oh shit, it is an intrusion.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
right. Thanks for
Yeah.
being on my team, Marcy.
And now we're on 4. I mean, I was just resisting throwing
Yeah.
in a player intrusion for the past 5 minutes, so
Oh my goodness.
right.
So do you all head over to that wall?
Sure, why not?
That's the goal.
Cool. As you are watching Joey sort of use the magnifying glass to find out what's wrong with this wall, you feel, both Jack and Tora, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck sort of stand. And as you kind of peek behind you, you see that all of the ghosts in the room have stood from their chairs, are looking at you, and seem to be walking towards your direction.
Fuck.
They don't like this wall. And neither does roll 20.
Sure, mine is jacked up too.
Okay. What do we do? Can we talk to him?
Usually only by aura. I've never actually talked with them. Try to act helpful. Try to focus on your intention of helping them.
Do they look like they're gonna harm us?
They seem to be in the same sort of vapid face movements as the rest of the ones that were walking past you in the hallway. They just all seem to be facing your direction.
Oddly enough, not more comforting.
Yeah. Hopefully it's just the routine, guys. We're stuck in their time loop. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Excuse me, ladies and dolls. Oh no, you're the dolls, they're the gents. I don't know, I'm not good at this. I just want to tell you, we want to help you. How do we help you?
They wordlessly step forward. In unison.
Okay,
Tora, you feel that thrum again reverberate through your body.
Oh God. Okay. I don't like it.
did they like me talking to them?
I don't think you're affecting them, which is technically good. I think whatever this other presence is affecting their ghostly
Like the
schedules. It's
The
a really
presence.
it's a bad thrum.
You said downstairs.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go to the basement.
Yeah.
What is this wall? Why are we?
I assume it's
They
a
seem-
secret hideaway.
Oh, really? Can I pick up a chair and start bashing it in to see if there's something behind it?
No.
Why not?
Stop.
Can I
Joey.
tap it first? Is
Joey.
it hollow?
Joey, I need you to have like some sort of self-preservation.
I'm gonna quickly extend my hand at all of the ghosts heading toward us, and I was like, "Read the room, Joey."
I'm just saying, like, what if they can I tap it? Is it hollow?
Yes to both questions.
It is hollow! It is hollow?
Yes, that's the point of a secret passageway.
Well, why is it gotta be so secret? What if they don't want it to be secret? I mean, are there books? Secret passageways usually have like a trigger.
Booze. No, booze is not the trigger. I'm just saying they're secret because booze usually. Yes, maybe try the light switch again.
Okay. You know, I'm telling you, I think we need to turn the lights out.
Through a combination of senses, I would like to use my understanding ability
Okay.
by trying to identify with my predator-like eyes and sense of smell these things and potentially what they want. So spending 2 intellect points. And just gonna put that in the chat. So in a moment, I'm gonna see if I can try to use my wolfy brain and analyze what they want.
So I think my roll 20 and everyone else's is down. So you can
Oh, that's
roll
true.
whatever you want. I assume everyone has dice
Okay.
around them.
Yeah.
Feel free to roll. Feel free to roll a d20 and just tell
Okay.
me what happens. I will believe
All right.
you.
Sounds good. And I will spend effort on this as well. So that goes down another 2 points. I don't know if I have dice here, so I think I can just roll an intellect. Do I have a difficulty or?
It's difficulty 4.
4. Okay.
Today's a 4 day.
Manually. All right. I have. What? What? Give me a second. I got a nat 1. Yes, I've gotten a nat 1 on it.
Fantastic.
Yep.
No.
The horror difficulty is now 1 through 3.
It should be 4
Actually, it's
now.
1 through 4 now.
Yeah.
And you begin to, turn your predatory ears and vision towards these things to sort of get some sort of, idea what they're doing, what they're here for, any kind of empathetic sense off of them. And you get nothing. The room is devoid of anything except for whatever the three of you are feeling. And simultaneously, all of them step forward and begin to walk towards you. They begin to coalesce into a line, and all of them begin to slowly pass through you and into the wall and begin to descend down something.
Telling you, there's a secret passage behind this wall. We could just break it open. I think we should follow the ghosts. If it is a test, maybe they want to see if we're brave enough to, strap on our suspenders and go downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Jack is just frozen like somebody in a freezing pool as these things walk through him.
I take Jack by the elbow and try to take him away from their stream of ghosts.
They're not gonna hurt us.
It's not a good feeling. It's really not. And this is not the first one. So Jack's having a time right now. It's
Hey,
You want to walk through the stream? You want to experience?
No, I want to follow them.
Go ahead.
Oh, really? I'd like to take a chance to...
Do not break the wall.
Oh, well then I guess I would say, since Joey studies science, that he has a general understanding of simple machines.
Mm-hmm.
Can I figure out the mechanism on this wall?
Turn the key the other way.
Great. So I do have to turn the lights out.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
You were right the whole time.
So Joey walks over to the light switch and I flip it off.
So you rotate the key to the left. There is a little bit of tension, and it clicks over just enough, and you see the two sconces next to the bar against the mirrored glass begin to dim ever so slightly, and the wall shifts backwards and reels slowly into the side of the other wall behind the adjacent booth.
I told ya.
A stair descends, and there is a switch on the wall, and it looks like there are electric lights hanging down into this room.
Dapper.
You all now feel that thrum and that weird vibration. In fact, Jack, you can hear, it sounds like a faint vehicle engine.
Wub.
Do you want me to go first?
No, you've done your job. Jack, how are you feeling?
I've been better.
Okay.
Why does it keep happening?
Well, you just keep standing in front of the ghosts.
I'm not trying to. It's not the thing I'm trying to do.
I think we're being a bit hard on these ghosts.
I'm not necessarily concerned about those ghosts. I'm concerned about the other presence. While my trace is still on, I will...
So you think that there's something here that's disturbing them? Okay.
Dragging them here? Keeping them here?
Okay.
No, yeah.
Well, I have a thought. Since why don't I got a little something, a little. I don't remember what it's called because I can't get to my sheet, but it's supposed to muffle us. It's one of my ciphers.
Oh.
Yes.
Like a sound dampener?
Yeah, it's a sound dampener. Joey I pull out a little box. It's like looks like the inside of a music box that I have fixed up and done up differently. And as I spin the little, it actually lets out like a piercing, like a high pitch that creates like white noise.
Okay.
In a radius around us. And I'm like, and I like turn it and it dampens like the space we're in.
Jack, that is for a moment almost borderline excruciating. It is like a dog whistle. And roll 20's back. It is like a dog whistle for a second, and then everything sort of goes out. And it almost feels as though you're in that room, one of your bedrooms again, where the sound has gone out. But that's it for you guys. Do you descend down the stairs?
Yep.
Tora, do you descend down the stairs?
I take a look back at the bar. Did anyone leave the whiskey out?
There's you know where the shelf is and what it's behind. You could easily hop behind the shelf and go take it. Although Belladonna did warn you, don't steal anything. Whether you heed her call or not is up to you.
Yeah, no, I'm not into that chaos just yet.
We're not that far. Yeah, I grab both. I grab Tora's hand, like in the hesitancy, like like little cusp, and I give it a squeeze. I'm like,
yep, let's go. All right. Somehow we got dragged into this. I don't even know you folks, but
we got invited.
We did get invited. These guys seem friendly.
The ones that pass through you. That ambivalent at best, I would say.
It's cold, but it didn't hurt.
It was unpleasant.
Yeah, it was just
we
unpleasant.
should descend.
So the three of you descend down, and does anyone flip on the electric lights, or do you just descend into darkness?
Oh, they weren't on.
Mm-mm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, turns out ghosts don't need lights. So yeah, you click, the hum happens, and each of the bulbs, like an old mine almost, each bulb lights up and descends down the stairs. As you descend the stairs following these lights, that hum, that thrum, that like light vibration is ever present, almost getting louder and louder as you go down. Jack, you're fairly sure this is some kind of machine, some kind of engine, something, you've heard it before, and your senses are a little bit more acute than everyone else's, but you're pretty sure this is some kind of boiler, coal contraption. You're not really sure, some sort of combustion engine or something like that. Whatever it is, you feel like you've heard this kind of thing before, you just can't place where. As you guys descend to the bottom floor, you are faced with dozens and dozens of, like, basically a crowd of translucent standing figures, all waiting around what looks from the stairs to be a bootlegger's sill. That's the source of the thrumming. You can't really see what's through the ghosts unless you walk over there and find out.
Are they staring at the still?
Their faces are pretty vacant. They just all seem to be facing the still, but they're not. What they're looking at, you really can't tell.
Ooh. We should go closer.
All right. Yep. Why not? I'm just gonna start wading through.
I was about to say we're silent.
Yep. Yeah. You are silent. However, it is like wading through an ice-cold ocean as you pass through these ghosts. Joey, unfortunately, this is the first time you've experienced this, and it sucks. It is like selling papers in the dead of December in 1926. As you wade through these ghosts, you break the crowd of about 15 feet of ghost, and you see that they are standing in a half moon around something that, Tora, you might be a little bit more familiar with. This is a very macabre sight. Joey, I need you to make me an intellect difficulty 5.
Joey?
Joey.
Oh no, Joey!
Ghost cult. Oh, great.
Okay. Intellect.
It's like defense if you have it.
Ghost
I don't think I do.
was trying to think if I have. I don't have anything for this, so here we go. Just gonna roll. This is.
Wow, Joey, you have the most steel of anyone in this party, apparently. You cross the threshold of ghosts in this half-moon circle, and you see a macabre sight before you. There is a strange occult symbol of which none of you are familiar, and at certain locations, there are 5 locations around this circle, this symbol, each of one containing a bowl. At a glance, Joey, and actually probably all of you, at a glance you can tell that each bowl is metal and made of some different type of metal, around which is a chair, which looks very much like an electric chair. There is a person sitting in the electric chair. That person is deceased, strapped to the electric chair. The electric chair connects to the still of what you would hope was whiskey. However, the still seems to open like a chest of drawers, or like an armoire. And it is open currently. You see that there is some kind of strange device in this still. There are several dozen pipes that seem to connect to maybe the chimney system, the furnace, you're not entirely sure. But this thing thrums with life, and you see that there is a giant vat, a glass tube inside of this that is swirling with something. Tora, this is that dark energy that you saw. You're not entirely sure what it is, but the way that the ghosts are going to it in throngs, perhaps this is what summoned them. Joey, what you notice of import is there are four pieces inside this thing that each have a missing unit in them. There's like a piece missing out of this thing. If you'd like to roll me some kind of mechanical check, difficulty is going to be a 5.
See, I have a science. I did like a general science.
I'll take a science.
Okay. And what was the difficulty? 5?
Difficulty 5. And I'll even give you an asset for your magnifying glass as well.
Ooh. So that gives me a bonus?
It gives you an asset. So it makes it from difficulty 5 to difficulty 3.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me roll that again then.
Perfect. You easily identify what this is. These are containers that would play the wax cylinders that would normally be in a homophone, I believe it's called.
Oh yeah,
or a phonograph.
The phonograph.
Not like a disc, not like an album, but like the
Right.
actual tubes. There are 4 different containers that are missing these wax cylinders. You see that the front 2 were actively ones that have like the pins that were playing something, and the rear 2 have the needles that are actually scratching things into it. So someone was recording something and playing something, possibly at the same time. At this moment, you all hear a rattling happening as the gas chamber, this glass tube, begins to empty and siphon the green gas into the fireplace up the chimney. The ghosts around you, one by one, just flicker out of existence.
Where are they going?
Are they powering this? Are they poofing, or are they just? Oh gosh, can I tell if like they're being converted?
What are you using to tell? Is your active sense still going on?
It is still going on, unless it took us like 40 minutes to get down there.
Nope. So you feel each one of them sort of dissipate. Obviously, you see them all. You sense ghostly energy from each one of them. You don't sense it convert into whatever that dark energy is in front of you.
Okay. I don't know what is happening, guys. They're definitely drawn by whatever this power is. Oh God, is it a sludge? What is this?
Is that body fresh?
It is.
Ugh.
Anyone we saw earlier?
It is not. Are you examining the body?
I am.
Okay. How are you examining the body? Let's just.
I'm gonna. You all like see Jack lean into the body and then like.
Big whiff.
Yeah, he's going to smell it, but then he like stares back at you for a second and then just sort of takes his cane and the sword rather, and like lifts up the skin and touches it.
I'll like if Joey's staring at that and not the device, I'll like try to cover Joey's eyes.
Pull him down.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an intellect or a perception or some kind of sensory thing, level 4, Jack, to see if you see anything beyond the norm.
All right. And you said difficulty 4?
Yes.
Success.
Oh, perfect. So you, obviously it smells like cooked meat, so it's not that bad. But what you do notice is that this man he's probably in his mid-30s. He was clean cut. You see that he should have no reason to be in an electric chair. There should be no electric chair in the basement of an inn as well. This seems very strange. What you do notice is that in his breast pocket of his suit jacket is a small book bound in leather, kind of tied off with a string, and around his right ring finger is a ring bearing the unicursal hexagram.
Oh, good. That's not disconcerting. I will take a handkerchief, wrap my hand in it, and pull the book out of his pocket.
Okay. You pull the book out of his pocket. This looks like chicken scratch. First of all, it's written in very fast shorthand. You would notice that this is a book denotating the tracking of something. Supernatural somethings, ghosts, cults, whatever. You can make out enough of the shorthand to know that this person was tracking some unknown things. This looks like the person who might have been supposed to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I'm going to toss the book to Tora.
Hey, what you got there? Is that a book? I love books.
Right. Books are good.
I imagine it's like monkey in the middle. He goes like over my head.
You're probably the one who can read shorthand.
Yeah. I take a look at this chicken scratch and I don't know, am I familiar with any of it?
You're not familiar with what, I mean, you can piece together about the same as what Jack did. You're not really too much of a hunter of the occult yet. You're just familiar with it.
Right.
However, you know that like this is what you've been using to like sort of track down your own kind of notes, but it's this person's shorthand.
Sure.
You notice that on the bottom of the pages is that unicursal hexagram
Yeah.
in each one of them, as if this is a unique book for perhaps the men of letters.
Well, at least we know why we were stood up.
It's really odd that we were stood up and we just were told that no one was coming, appropriate of nothing.
Yeah, I think it's time to talk to whatchamacallit.
Belladonna?
Yep, that.
The vat of energy, or whatever it is almost completely emptied, and the pipes that contain it and flow into the chimney are still rattling as it drains.
Can I turn it off? Can I figure out how to turn the whole thing off?
You're pretty certain that as soon as that drains, it turns off.
Yeah, but it's straining all the spirits up the chimney.
It seems to be, yes. I mean, a good chair to the device always turns things off, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of button or nozzle or whatever.
Okay, so, is this device and the chair, are they connected?
They are. It's strange, as though like the cap, the metal cap that would normally be attached to some sort of electrical unit is attached to this machine.
So I don't mean to, rock the boat or nothing, but this guy had his essence sucked out and put in a vat.
Yep, that is clearly what we have observed here.
My question is why now we're releasing it up the chimney? Can I run? I go, wait a second. If it's going up the chimney, you can see it from outside. I book it. I run, which in fact is something I'm good at. Outside to get just a quick sight.
Does anyone follow, Joey?
Oh, God. Yes.
Yeah, I have fleet of foot, so I will also
I
be
can see
speeding.
it.
Okay.
I'm not that fast. I'm gonna
That's fine. You toddle up there with your cane.
mosey.
Joey, in an explosion of speed that only a 13-year-old could have, you bound up the stairs into the main lobby and out of the large double doors, to which you see an eruption of green smoke just billow out of the chimney. And as you're staring up, a mouth agape in gazing at this light, you see one star streak across the sky, followed by another, and another, and another.
Who's
And then
making
a-
this stars fall?
and then a dozen. And you recall that in no recent newspaper did anyone predict any sort of meteor storm. And that is where we'll end the first episode of Men of Letters.
The sky's falling.
All right, Chicken Little.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. That's that, guys. That is the end of the first episode of Men of Letters called
Well.
Foxglove.
My palms are sweaty.
Sweet. Good, I'm
Sweet
glad.
arm.
That's why I have gloves, because it absorbs my sweat.
So yeah, we'll go around, do our introductions, get your thoughts on this, and then we'll get the hell out of here. So we'll start with Hope. Jess, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to? And what did you think?
Hello, my name is Jess. You can find me on Twitter at Burst of Hope. Yes, wow, that was quite interesting. I love Cypher System. It's my first horror game in a long while, so this is cool. I like it. I think, someone stole the show with the accent and the caricature, and it's gonna be great.
It was funny. My plan was to play Joey Joey is serious about everything.
Yeah,
It's just happening.
It just happens.
it's great.
That's perfect.
Absolutely great. Yeah, I think Twitter, I don't know, my schedule's a bust. I'm playing places and different things. Just find me on Twitter. That's good. Thanks for having me here.
Of course,
And
perfect.
have gnomes next week.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. We'll go over to Marcy. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to? And what did you think?
Hi, everybody. My name is Marcy Vellon. You can find me on Twitter at Marcy Vellon. It's the text right underneath my name down there. You can find me this Sunday. Owl of Lycia is coming back. We're having it at Little Red Dots channel this time with a mostly new cast and a fun time for all. It's also Cypher System, so if you liked what you saw here today, it's like that, but with less increasing intrusions. On Thursdays, you'll find me here, and then on alternate Saturdays, I'm with Goldheart Group doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist in the afternoon. That was fun. This is my first time playing Cypher horror, and my maybe second time playing a horror RPG ever.
Oh.
So this is fun.
Sweet. This is my first time running Cypher or
it's
a
fun.
horror game. So yeah. That being said, we'll jump over to Chelsea. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to? And what did you think?
Yes, I'm Little Red Dot. You can find me online on Twitch and Twitter as Little Red Dot, as Marcy's pointed out below. I play a lot of tabletop RPGs, both on my channel and other networks just like this one. So the best way to keep in touch with me is to either join my Discord or to check me out on Twitter, where I keep my schedule. But big things happening. Tuesdays on my channel, you can check out Witch Girl Adventures if you need to get a little teenage angst drama. We've got a little witchy game running over there, all ladies. We kicked that off actually Tuesday of this week, so fresh and new. And let's see, Thursdays I'm here. Saturdays I'm over on Roll For It with the Vampire the Masquerade campaign, my other dark horror that I'm a part of. And I'm very excited to be bringing Owl over more Cypher to the Little Dot channel, to the Dot Lot. So I'm just super stoked. So I'm playing a lot of Cypher right now.
That's great. You're
I know a
welcome.
lot of Cypher, so very exciting, and I really enjoying this. I've not played in a horror game in a while. Like, I've been leading a lot of horror type stuff, but I'm really enjoying this. This is gonna be fun.
I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Gnome being here next week and seeing how he plays into this weirdness, especially with his character type. It's going to be super awesome. Guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here, cast. Awesome. If you guys want to support the channel, please go check out our Patreon. If you want to join the conversation, join us in the Discord. That being said, if you guys want to see more about these characters, check in the roleplay extension down below. It provides some backstory. It also provides links to their individual Twitches. And we're going to go raid our friend the Bubbernot because he's a wonderful human being. And I love him. So go give him all of your hot, sticky raid love. And from all of us to you, bye-bye.